What's up, everybody? My name is OMG WTF LOFTWBRB, and welcome back to more Total Extreme Wrestling 2016, not 2020, perhaps someday. Nonetheless, it is June 2002, week 4, and it is almost pay-per-view time. We have one more show to get through, and that, of course, is the Sunday Night Heat Super Show, the technical heat before, the pay-per-view. This pay-per-view, of course, being SummerSlam, the Raw exclusive pay-per-view, and it's kind of like the last-minute hype to try to get people to buy the program, kind of deal. Even though it says Saturday, pretend that it is Sunday because I'm not able to do 2 pay-per-views on one day, so we have to make believe, use our imagination. Okay, anyway, let us get this started, run the show. Got nothing else really to add here. Let's do this. We got a couple of pre-show matchups here. 52 D plus rating here in a pre-show bout that had subpar wrestling and little heat to it. The Afternoon Express, the team of Kelso Courageous and Dizzy Hyde, defeated the team of Spike and Scott Sabbath in 7 minutes 53 seconds when Kelso Courageous defeated Spike with the 420 splash. Scott Sabbath had an in-ring performance of a 47, the weakest of everybody in the match, but honestly, not by too much. Spike with a 52 in-ring performance, Kelso Courageous with a 51, and Dizzy with a 50. No negative chemistry here between these two. Might not be a bad team. We might actually have these two start teaming with each other. Anyway, the main event of the pre-show, we have a 8-man tag team matchup here. 61 solid C rating here, and a pre-show bout that had subpar wrestling and little heat to it. Sean O'Haire, Batista, and Too Cool defeated The One, Billy Gunn, Mike Sanders, and the Alpha Males in 11 minutes, 12 seconds after Batista defeated Mike Sanders with the Batista Bomb. Sean O'Haire apparently sustained an injury here, a mover's back strain, whatever the hell that is. Batista had an in-ring performance of a 47, Scotty 2 Hottie with a 49, Rikishi with a 60, Sean O'Haire with a 67. He was the best performer of the match. And looks like, just a little bit of a preview, it looks like, never mind. I was going to say Batista was the worst, but looks like Monty Brown was 1 point below him. Mike Sanders with a in-ring performance of a 48, Mark Henry with a 49, Primetime Monty Brown with a 46, and The One, Billy Gunn with a 49. Billy Gunn is improving in his performance skills, and Mike Sanders is improving in performance as well. Sean O'Haire sustained a mover's back strain in this match. Again, whatever the hell that is. Either way, we open up Sunday Night Heat with a 96 A-star rating after a SummerSlam hype package opens up the show with, just kind of hyping up the pay-per-view coming up. Heat opens up with Paul Heyman already in the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly bring to you, making his first and quite possibly his last appearance here on Sunday Night Heat, the immortal Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan makes his entrance, I am a real American, and he joins the general manager of Sunday Night Heat, Paul Heyman. Of course, Hogan, a Monday Night Raw superstar, but because it is a Monday Night Raw exclusive pay-per-view tonight, SummerSlam, I don't know where the hell I was going with that for a second. I had a bit of a brain fart. Anyway, because tonight is SummerSlam and it is a Monday Night Raw exclusive pay-per-view, Hulk Hogan is here tonight. So, nonetheless, Heyman continues. Hulk, I just want to thank you again. I know you've got a busy night tonight and probably quite a lot on your mind. So I just want to thank you for doing this favor for me and coming out here tonight. It means a lot. Oh boy. Okay, here we go for the Hogan. Well, not a problem there, brother. I was already... This is a horrible Hogan. I hate my Hulk Hogan. I hate these growly voices. I don't do good with the growly voices. I was already here. Fucking hell. Brother,
Brother. Not a problem, brother. I was already here, and I never miss out on an opportunity to say hi to all my Hulkamaniacs. But I did want to correct you on one thing there, Paul. When you announced me, you implied that this could be my final appearance on Sunday Night Heat. And while that's possible, I don't think it's probable. Because I plan on bringing the full force of the Hulkamaniacs down on Triple H. And if he thinks the Click is going to help him, then I got 3 guys who would disagree. So let me ask you one question, Paul. What you gonna do when Hulk Hogan and all his Hulkamaniacs run wild on Triple H and send him out of the WWE? And then next month, on Sunday Night Heat Super Show, Hulk Hogan makes his return and actually wrestles this time.
Well, I'd say it's time to start looking for opponents then.
Then I'd suggest you start looking, brother, because that's exactly what's going to happen tonight after Hulk Hogan puts Triple H and puts Triple H's ass down and sends him out of the WWE. That's what happens when you try to ad-lib there, kids. Hulk Hogan and Paul Heyman shake on it before being interrupted by the arrival of Shawn Stasiak. You have got to be kidding me! Week after week after week after week, I've been practically begging you to give me a shot here on Sunday Night Heat, Mr. Heyman. And while I'm struggling just to get noticed around here, you're giving other guys who aren't even on our brand a shot. Last I checked, Hogan has a job with Monday Night Raw. I'd love a job with Monday Night Raw or Friday Night Nitro, but I'm stuck here on Sunday Night Heat, and I will remain stuck here on Sunday Night Heat unless you start giving me some opportunities around here. Hey now there, brother. Here, calm down, man. Stay out of this, Hogan. No one asked you for your input. Hey. Don't push me to decide. Look here, dude. If you're looking for an opportunity, then let the Hulkster present you with one. Next month, Hulk Hogan will be here at Sunday Night Heat Super Show. You can count on that. And I'm looking for someone to stand across from the ring for me. So you want an opportunity? How's Shawn Stasiak versus Hulk Hogan sound?
Stasiak, a little bit of a smirk on his face. That sounds too far away from me. In fact, it sounds downright impossible. Let's not forget, you got a match tonight with Triple H. And when you lose, because we all know you will, you'll be out of the WWE and out of a job. So I think, instead of waiting for the impossible, why don't I just take that opportunity now? Stasiak takes a swing at Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan, of course, shrugs it off and begins to Hulk up. Stasiak swings again. Hulk shakes his head like, not today, brother, and continues to Hulk up. Shawn Stasiak lands one more punch before Hulk Hogan finally shoots up, points the finger at Shawn Stasiak, shakes it at him like, no, like Falaba does. And then Stasiak goes in for another punch. Hogan catches it, lands a punch, lands another punch before tossing him off the ropes. Hits that big boot, drops the leg right across the throat of Shawn Stasiak, and then he poses for the crowd to end the segment as we open up Sunday Night Heat very strongly. 96 A-star rating. I don't want to say it's official and confirmed for next month's Sunday Night Heat Super Show. Hulk Hogan will take on Shawn Stasiak. But big if Hulk Hogan is able to defeat Triple H here tonight and can keep his job with the WWE, he has gone on instead that he is pretty much committing that he will be here next month. And if that happens, Shawn Stasiak's going to get his opportunity. Before we move on, I did have a couple of things I do want to go over here. All Elite Wrestling, Stephanie McMahon's new company that she has just opened up after she left the WWE, has signed some new talent here. They have signed the following: JC Ice, Vito LaGrasso, Robert Gibson, Rick Michaels, Devin Storm, Simon Diamond, Don Fuji, oh boy, this one's going to be a fun name to pronounce, Antifaz del Norte, Carlo Ouellet, Duke Drozy, Cafu, Ray Lloyd, also known as Glacier, Luke Poirier, Dennis Knight, and Davey Boy Smith. Also, AEW pay-per-views will be shown on USA Free Choice USA Free Choice TV or network, whatever you want to call that. And that has a big showing in the America region, so good for them. TNA has also signed up a talent, Lizzie Borden. No one, not as many, I should say, as AEW signed up, but TNA has signed someone. And UPW, Ultimate Pro Wrestling, maybe. I forget what it stands for exactly. But anyway, UPW was places where like Samoa Joe and John Cena kind of got their starts. Nonetheless, UPW to submit. It appears that the popular promotion UPW is about to take its final bow, as the Trouble organization is said to be in a massive, unbeatable debt. The top stars have already been told that they should start looking for work, as UPW will not be able to provide them with further work after their final show this month. So there you have that. Back to Sunday Night Heat Super Show. Sean Stasiak clearly enjoyed the freedom to go off script, even though I butchered it. Sean Stasiak apparently did well. So that's good. Better commentary, got the show off to a strong start. Crowd was hot. Hulk Hogan was good. All in all, great segment. We then go on to kind of hype up more tonight that we'll see. 59C-, as we will see a Monday Night Raw matchup, or presented matchup here on Sunday Night Heat, as Rob Van Dam will take on Shannon Moore. Then we have our opening matchup here, 57C- rating, and about that had subpar wrestling and little heat. Hardcore Holly defeats Justin Incredible in 13 minutes, 3 seconds with the Alabama Slamma after a distraction from Ron Waterman and Tank Abbott. Of course, Tank Abbott may be providing a little bit of interference on behalf of Justin Incredible. Ron Waterman not going to have it, as him and Tank Abbott have a little bit of history given their MMA past. Comes down here, and him and Tank Abbott get at a little bit of a brawl around ringside, distracting Justin Incredible long enough for Hardcore Holly to turn him around, pick him up for that Alabama Slamma. 1, 2, 3, makes his third defense of the Heat MTV Championship. Tank Abbott did some good work ringside. Justin Incredible had an in-ring performance of a 50. Hardcore Holly with a 57 in-ring performance, and it gained heat for the storyline. No worker improvements, though. We move on to our next segment here. Oh my God. Why is Charles Robinson here? Because it was supposed to be Charlie Haas. Whatever, we're just going to roll with it. We're going to roll with it for now. Is he going to be in every one of them? Should I go back? Let's just go back real quick. Oh my God. I hope he's not in every one of those. Alright, here we go. Let's go here. Click on that one. Make sure it's Charlie Haas and not Charles Robinson. Go here. Okay, that one was Charlie Haas, so we got that one right. And we'll go here. Okay. So we would have been fine to keep going, but I did not want to risk it at all. So let's just go ahead and click through these real quick. 52D plus for this match. There we go. 59 solid C for the 8-man tag match. 100 A-star rating for this, and apparently Paul Heyman improvised well this time, along with Sean Stasiak. So good stuff. Unfortunately, Stasiak apparently underperformed in this part. 65 solid C for the announcement. Then for the opening match, we have a 57C- rating. And then we go to our heat, or excuse me, not our heats, but our right to censor auditions, as we start off with a 49D plus rating, and we send it back to Steven Richards and the Haas brothers for our first audition of the night. Welcome. Tonight, we host a number of auditions for a chance to join the Right to Censor's cause. And what better place to do it than live on MTV, who I hope are watching, because we are who you should fear. We are coming for you. But that's neither here nor there. Let's bring up the first lucky soul, or souls, it would seem. Let's bring up... Oh, jeez. You have got to be kidding me. And that is when Blue Meanie and Supernova take the stage.
What the heck are you two doing here?
We are here to try out for the cause, as Blue Meanie says.
Yeah, well, I'm calling Bushwish. Get out of here. Next!
That's when Nova steps up.
Wait. Honestly, Stevie, we're here for you. When is it going to be enough? What happened to the old Stevie? What happened to Big Stevie Cool? The Stevie that knew how to have fun.
Richards kind of, looks like he might have a change of heart here as he kind of stares off a little bit. And, that's when Charlie Haas steps up and he goes,
he said, next. So unless you two goofs want to get thrown out, I suggest you keep walking. This ain't over, Stevie. The Blue World Order will outlive the Right to Censor. I guarantee that.
Supernova and Blue Meanie then leave the room as Charlie and Russ kind of, get a little aggressive, and it looks like they're ready to fight before Blue Meanie and Nova step out. Blue Meanie is getting better at his gimmick. No worker improvements here. As we move on to our next segment, a 61 solid C rating as Jim Cornette and the Lords of the Ring make their way down to the ring. Cornette then asks for the mics once they are in the ring. Hold it! Paulie, you and I need to talk because the Lords of the Ring aren't here looking to get screwed over again by your bunch of mud show champions. So, since you guys aren't willing to play by our rules, then looks like we must lower ourselves down to your guys' level. And let's have ourselves, I can't believe I'm even going to say this. Let's have ourselves a no disqualification match. Because the Lords of the Ring aren't going to let that drunk Sandman cost them another championship just because he's Kane happy. So, Paulie, the stage is yours. Oh, wrong one. That's when Sandman's music hits and out comes the tag team champions alongside the general manager of Sunday Night Heat, Mr. Paul Heyman. You sure this is what you want, Jimmy? Because I promise you, once I give the okay for a no disqualification match, there's no holding these two back. Now let me tell you one thing here, Paulie. You don't scare me. Just make the damn match already. All right. But remember, you asked for this, Jimmy. Gentlemen, have at it. Music continues the play as the Heat Tag Team Champions, Sandman and Tommy Dreamer, make their way down to the ring for our next matchup. Apparently, Paul Heyman did not do well without a script here this time. Taz helped Paul Heyman. Heyman looked good. Beulah came across well. That's awesome. No worker improvements, though, as we get ready for our Tag Team Championship matchup. 62 solid C rating here, and about that had a subpar wrestling and little heat to it. The Lords of the Ring defeat Tommy Dreamer and the Sandman in 9 minutes 36 seconds when Rob Conway defeats the Sandman with an iron fist after Jim Cornette interfered. The Lords of the Ring are the new Heat Tag Team Champions. So the way I'd like to imagine this is that Jim Cornette pretty much used the stipulation of no disqualification against Tommy Dreamer and Sandman, knowing that Sandman and Tommy Dreamer were, of course, going to go all out with the weapons. Jim Cornette allowing, getting his tennis racket, and, tennis racket was a bit loaded, maybe with a brick in it or not. We're not quite sure. But he smacked, who lost the match? Smacked Sandman right in the head with it, knocking the Sandman out. And the Lords of the Ring are the new tag team champions. Rob Conway with an in-ring performance of a 47. Unfortunately, it looks like he was the worst of the matchup here. Nick Dinsmore with a 56. Sandman with a 50. And Tommy Dreamer with a 60. The best of the match. Sandman is improving in his rumble skills, and Nick Dinsmore in his performance. Moving on, we go to an 85 B+ rating as the Clique have arrived to Sunday Night Heat and are wreaking havoc backstage until, of course, they run across the general manager of Sunday Night Heat, Paul Heyman.
Well, would you look who it is, guys? if it isn't Paulie dangerously, living life to the extreme,
Triple H says. What can I do for you, gentlemen? X-Pac now steps up. There isn't a damn thing you can do for us. Only reason we're here tonight is because of SummerSlam. Speaking of SummerSlam, we couldn't help overhear you and the Hulkster negotiating for a match at next month's Super Show. That's right.
And why? You think I'm gonna lose tonight, Paul? More like he's hoping you to lose.
That was a horrible Shawn Michaels. Too much of a Triple H and a Michaels there anyway. Paul, have you not learned anything? You don't negotiate with Hogan. He never holds up his end of the bargain. And that's not going to change this time either. So don't go getting your hopes up. Trips here is going to decimate Hogan tonight. End Hulkamania once and for all. And then you ain't never going to see Hulk or the Click again. I think we got to pull up the handy-dandy notepad for that. I think, at least. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up. I know I've mentioned this before, gentlemen, but since I so rarely get to see you guys, allow me to reiterate. None of you were drafted in the draft. Now, even though Miss Stephanie is no longer with the company, you three have special contracts courtesy of Mrs. McMahon Helmsley that allows you three to bounce around wherever you please. But you, X-Pac, do not have that special contract like Triple H here, or Shawn Michaels, or Kevin Nash, or even Scott Hall have. Along with that, you went undrafted, which means you work for me. So here's how it's going to go from here on out. I don't mind you running around with your clique jumping over the Raw or Nitro, but you will report to me on Sundays until Vince McMahon or Shane McMahon decide to buy your contract. And if you do not show up for work, then I will gladly terminate you myself. Now good luck tonight, Triple H. And as for you, Mr. Waltman, I'll see you next week. Oh, wow. Things got a little tense there between X-Pac and Paul Heyman, kind of putting him in his place, letting him know that technically he's a Sunday Night Heat superstar. Nonetheless, though, the Clique taking a little bit of exception to Paul Heyman allowing Hulk Hogan to appear next month on Sunday Night Heat because, well, in their opinion, he's not going to be here. Nonetheless, Shawn Michaels is getting better at his gimmick. Kevin Nash's performance was good. X-Pac looked lost out there, probably because he got reamed by Paul Heyman, and no worker improvements. We move on to our next Right to Censor audition, 50D plus rating.
All right, who do we got next? Looney Lane? Miss Lane?
Present. Up walks Looney Lane, dressed like she just got off the Hollywood streets, Let's be quite honest here. Maybe dressed a little slutty. Anyway. So, what am I auditioning for again?
I think there's been a misunderstanding. For one, this is not an audition for a movie or a TV show. This is to be part of the Right to Censor and the greater cause.
Oh, is this not an audition for a show on MTV? I thought this was.
Well, it is, but let's just say I don't think you'll be a good.
And that's when Russ and Charlie Haas cover Steven Richards' mouth, and Russ speaks up.
You're in. guys, if you'll excuse us.
And that's when the Right to Censor all huddle in a circle in the back.
You guys clearly aren't thinking here. This girl is not fit for the Right to Censor's message.
Charlie Haas now speaks up. Not yet. But think about the success story of the Right to Censor if we can turn her around to follow our message. Steven Richards thinks now.
You got a good point.
Turns to Looney Lane.
You're in, Miss Lane.
And Looney Lane is now an official member of the Right to Censor. Trying to turn things around for Miss Lane. Let's see if it works. 65 solid C rating as we are backstage with Deborah now, who is being accompanied by the hardcore champion, or excuse me, no longer, the former hardcore champion Matt Hardy and Shannon Moore. Joining me at this time on Monday Night Raw's Matt Hardy and Shannon Moore. Tonight, the both of you will be in action. Matt, you'll be facing your brother Jeff Hardy in a hardcore ladder match for the hardcore championship. But Shannon, coming up in just a few, you'll be in action right here on Sunday Night Heat against Rob Van Dam. Any thoughts before you head out there? Well, Deborah, as Matt Hardy interrupts, Shannon couldn't be even more prepared for Rob Van Dam. But let's talk about me and my younger shadow, because tonight isn't just about the hardcore title. A title he did not even beat me for, I may add. But tonight is about Jeffrey always being the favorite in the eyes of the fans, in the eyes of the family, even in the eyes of all our friends, except for one friend, and that guy was Shannon Moore. So tonight, I end the brotherhood between Jeffrey and I once and for all, and I once again take my place as the king of hardcore. That's when the Sandman walks up. You? The king of hardcore, huh? You've got to be kidding me. And then Matt Hardy kind of takes a bit of an exception. Looks the Sandman up and down. Kind of looks at him. You know, the only joke here is you. While you two are too busy losing your tag titles at what you call your specialty, tonight I will win back my hardcore title in my specialty. Sandman just smirks at him. You know what? I hope you do, my king. And then he kind of rams his shoulder in the mat as he passes by him. Matt, a little bit disgusted by it, tells Shannon, you know what, let's get out of here kind of thing. So Sandman takes exception to Matt Hardy calling himself the king of hardcore. Anyway, Matt Hardy is getting better at his gimmick. He looked good. Shannon Moore apparently performed poorly. That's a bit unfortunate for him. Lost heat for the storyline as well, but that's okay. All right, we move on to that matchup. 76 B- rating as Monday Night Raw, Shannon Moore and Rob Van Dam face each other in a decent matchup. Rob Van Dam defeats Shannon Moore in 12 minutes, 43 seconds with the frog splash. Shannon Moore seemed off his game. Match got the crowd hotter, though. Moore with an in-ring performance of a 59. Rob Van Dam with a 78. No worker improvements here. As we go into a backstage interview, let's send it to Josh Matthews. Joining me at this time are the new Sunday Night Heat Tag Team Champions. Hee-hoo! Matthews, would you believe it if I told you a week ago that the reason these two gentlemen here are standing here today as the new Heat Tag Team Champions is because they beat those extremely crappy wrestlers at their own game? Rhetorical question there, Matthews. Of course you wouldn't, but we just don't call Rob Conway and Nick Dinsmore the Lords of the Ring for nothing. These two young men are prodigies, and now this is only the first of many to come. Jimmy, when you came to us and offered to take us under your wing, I knew it was going to lead to nothing but success. But who would have thought it would come so damn soon? Oh, that's right. We're who? Because the Lords of the Ring, and there isn't. Okay, where the hell am I going with this? I'm so long. Oh, that's right. We're who? Because we're the Lords of the Ring, and there isn't a ring out there that we don't rule. Okay. Let's just say as simple as possible. It's like you said, Jim. This is just the first of many to come. The Lords of the Ring will be talked about for years to come. I think we got one more handy-dandy notebook here. Tonight was just a preview of things to come. I couldn't have said it better myself. Come on, let's go celebrate, gentlemen. All right, well, the Lords of the Ring, very happy over their tag title run, and who wouldn't? I butchered that promo, though. Let's be completely honest. 68 C+ rating as we move into our final Right to Censor audition here tonight. All right, we've got one more. Let's bring in the Boss Man and Perry Saturn. Whoa, you can't be serious, Steven. Why'd I spell serious that way? Yeah, didn't you see what happened on Monday Night Raw? Yeah, what about it? These guys are undercover cops and are looking to take us down.
Actually, if I could just interject. But we can hear you. And to correct you, we used to be undercover cops. We were relieved of duty after, we lost.
And why should we take a bunch of losers in then?
We're just looking for a new way. And we think with our expertise in our former field, we could help you guys out. Charlie, Russ, relax. These two gentlemen are lost and have found their new home. Cops or not cops. It's not exactly like we're breaking the law here. And if anything, we're looking to help the law. So this is exactly what the Right to Censor needs. You two are in.
And Boss Man and Perry Saturn, the former Flock members who were apparently undercover the whole time and tried to take The Undertaker and Raven in, unfortunately failed, now find themselves inside the Right to Censor. But one may wonder, are they still undercover? Do they view the Right to Censor as a cult, or is this just a new way of life? Apparently Boss Man not suited to his gimmick. I'm not sure what his gimmick is. We'll have to look at that. But he did come across well. No worker improvements, though. All right, 66C plus rating as we send it backstage to Deborah, who is being joined by D'Lo Brown. Hey, everyone, Deborah here, and joining me now is the #1 contender for the Heat Heavyweight Championship, D'Lo Brown. D'Lo, this past Sunday, you made your long-awaited return to the WWE, and in just weeks' time, you've already challenging for the Heat Heavyweight Championship on Sunday Night Heat. What are you feeling right now?
Grateful, lucky, blessed. All the above, Deborah. I've been clawing and scratching my way back into the WWE, and I don't plan on wasting any more time getting to the top. And if it's not obvious, Deb, then just watch me as I go out there and I beat Chucky P and walk away as the new Heat Heavyweight Champion.
66C plus rating as we head into our championship matchup, main event time. There we go. 77 solid B rating. Very impressive. And a decent matchup here. Chuck Palumbo defeats D'Lo Brown in 12 minutes, 42 seconds after a little bit of interference from Sean Stasiak. Also, Billy Gunn playing a little bit of a distraction here. But it was Sean Stasiak's interference who, I guess, as we've seen, was a bit jealous over the fact that D'Lo Brown got this opportunity and he didn't. But nonetheless, Chuck Palumbo makes his second defense of the Heat Heavyweight Championship. D'Lo had an in-ring performance of a 59. Chuck Palumbo with a 73. 77. That's not too bad. And then we end off Sunday Night Heat with just a little bit of a last-minute SummerSlam hype package, kind of getting in those last-minute, hyping up the matches. Oh, you're going to see The Undertaker versus Kane for the WWE Championship. Triple H versus Hulk Hogan, and a loser leaves the WWE. Goldberg versus Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Rhino for the #1 contendership for the World Championship, and much, much more. There you go. Okay, we go on. We end the show. We get ourselves solid 80 B rating here. Apparently not enough women to attract and satisfy our core male audience. Lost us popularity in 17 regions. You love it. You love it, right? Anyway, we're going to compliment both Chuck Palumbo and D'Lo Brown on a good performance because they really put in the work here tonight. And let us... I think that's... Well, usually we should do one more. Let's go ahead and do Sean Stasiak. We'll give Sean Stasiak some encouragement since... he's got a big push coming for him. Oh, crap, I didn't mean to do that. Anyway, audio is probably going to lag out a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and end this a little early because, the audio tends to lag at this point. So I will see you guys for the pay-per-view for SummerSlam. Until then, have a great one, guys. How do we end this quickly?